Now, when we talk about cancer in general, but especially in relation to breast cancer, there's a number of things that most of the public is doing, and they're completely unaware of things that they're doing on a daily basis that actually lead to not only cancer, but actually toxic buildup and toxic chemicals in your system, specifically leading to eventually can lead to breast cancer. One of the things here is water bottles. How many of us are going to the grocery stores and buying a 30-pack or a 24-pack of 12-ounce bottles of water? Lots of us are is the answer. And what happens is that these bottles of water that we think is reverse osmosis or purified water, we think it's good just because it's coming from the grocery store and it's been bottled and cleaned. The problem is that what kind of container is it made from? So that cheap plastic bottle that you're looking at, if you turn that bottle upside down and look at the bottom of it, there's going to be a little triangle with different numbers in it. The numbers range from 1 to 7, okay? So the only water bottle that you should buy is with the numbers 1, 2, or 6. If it says anything else, it's a very cheap made plastic water bottle with certain chemicals that will actually leach into the water. And so when you drink that water, you're actually getting in a lot of these chemicals into your system. So again, when you go and buy water bottles to drink your water out of, number one, you really shouldn't be drinking reverse osmosis water anyway. You should be drinking alkaline water. But if you're going to buy those water bottles because of convenience, you're out at the ballpark, whatever, it needs to say number 1, number 2, or number 6 on the bottom of that. Here's another thing. How many people, especially I live here in Tempe, Arizona, and my practice is here in Tempe, Arizona. And so one of the things here in Arizona is that it gets very, very hot in the summertime. And so as it's hot, a lot of people will take their water bottles, they'll fill them up, they'll put them in the freezer. The water bottles freeze, they take those water bottles to work the next day and they eventually defrost. Another thing people are doing is they're filling up some kind of container and they're putting it in their car, they're driving around, it sits in their car at 200 degrees out. It's 110 degrees outside, but when you roll up your windows, it's 200 degrees in your car or 180 degrees in your car. So what's happening is these cheap plastic resins and bisphenol A's and some of the different plastic components are actually leaching into the water as that plastic freezes or expands and eventually comes back down. So one of the things, the point I'm trying to make here is that stop freezing your water bottles, stop carrying your water bottles around. When you see people going to the Circle K or some of the convenience stores, they're going in and they're filling up coffee or cocoa or some of these liquids into styrofoam and plastic containers. Again, do not microwave your plastics, don't microwave your styrofoams, do not put hot liquids into these styrofoam or plastic containers because again, these styrenes and plastics from the container will actually leach into the water, and when you drink it, that stuff is fat soluble and sticks in the fat, and we know it causes cancer, heart disease, and a number of other problems here, okay? When we talk about shampoos, conditioners, lotions, and deodorants, one of the things that many companies have done in the last few years is they're putting a lot of these different chemicals because they use them as binders into these products. So when you're shampooing your hair, you're putting lotion on your skin, you're using deodorant, a lot of these chemicals that are in there are now sinking into your skin. And the more of these chemicals that sink into your skin, the more of these chemicals you're absorbing. And they're very hard to get out of your skin. And again, these chemicals are known to cause cancer, heart disease, and a number of other things like we just discussed. Let's take deodorant for example. And I question you to do this. Go to your grocery store, doesn't matter which one you pick, and go look at your deodorant. 99% of the lotions you will see on the market today, they have aluminum in it. And so aluminum is one of these things that's linked to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and a lot of the cardiac problems. It's one of these heavy metals that if you take enough of it in, you actually will start to have problems from it. Let's finish up here we'll talk about your shampoos, your conditioners, and your lotions. A lot of these things are containing things like bisphenol A, phosphates, parabens, and a lot of the other chemicals here. Same situation. Let's just use parabens for one example. Parabens are one of these things that increase estrogen in your system. So whether you're male or female, but especially females have a very high amount of estrogen in their system. So the more of this paraben that you're putting on your skin, because you're putting lotion all over your body, or your lotions or your shampoos or your conditioners that have parabens or any of these other chemicals in it, the more you put this on your head, the more you put this on your skin, it's absorbing. Those parabens increase estrogen. The higher amounts of estrogen you have in your system eventually lead to cancer if you have enough of it and your body can't control it. So I just wanted to point out a few quick tips for you for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Again, I'm Dr. Joe Brown. If you have questions